Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of StefyKaT. That is Pocket, unexpectedly. Um, she's going to see if there's any food on the stove, and no there's not. Okay, so there's a few things I want to talk about on this video. One of the main things is thank you everybody. I'm going up to 600 followers on Facebook. Thank you for being so open to learning, so open to another person's point of view, because that's what Facebook and YouTube is another person's point of view. And I thank you guys, and truly thank you for wanting to hear my perspective. The next thing I wanted to bring up is I'm reading the Good Witch's Guide, and I do apologize for my cats. They're being loud. And I'm going to do a book review about this book, but I'm still reading it. So far it has a really cool flow to it. It's a really good understanding about Wicca in general. So I do recommend it. But I'll go ahead and write a book review about it later on. So I have a few questions here that have been presented through Facebook, through YouTube, and through Twitter. I'm getting better at Twitter. But let me go ahead and answer them real quick. The first one is, why did I choose Wicca as my religion? Simple question. I chose it because at the time when I moved out of my family's home, out of my grandparents' house, out of my parents' house, I got more involved. You know, when you're in high school, you're not really, you want to try to fit in more. You want to try to blend in with a group. You don't want to be outcasted. And once you stop school, high school, it's over. You go into college and you find people who you actually do have more stuff in common with, and then that opens a lot of doors to you, a lot of point of views, if you would. And after a while, I realized I was rethinking a lot of things. I became friends with people who are different religions than me, or LGBT community, or even atheist, and I realized, you know, even asking a lot of questions, am I okay to be friends with them? And I would get, of course you are okay to be friends with them, just don't become them, because, you know, they're sinners. And at that point I was just like, well, you can't really be friends with people who are sinners, in that perspective at that time. And I was just like, that doesn't make sense, because they're really good people, you know, and I don't understand just because they love something else or they believe in something else doesn't mean that they're sinners. It just means that they're different. They think differently than me. So then I got to thinking, especially since I started a serious relationship, about my future, about my kids' future. You know, do I want them raised by all this confusion? And so I was like, no. So I was looking into a lot of different religions at first, just reading about them. Barnes and Noble is my main location in my hometown. But the more I got to researching, the more I fell in love with Wicca, and the more I got to see the world through different eyes. And I'm still working on a few things, you know, I still have that Christian ideas in my head that I need to, you know, pull out of there. I don't want to forget the religion, because the religion is beautiful. It really is. If it has good people with good intentions around you when you're in the Christian religion, because in any religion there are a few hypocrites. So no matter what you're trying to learn about or follow, always be aware of who you're following or who you're letting into your circle while you're transitioning into new things. But that's why I chose Wicca, because I loved the idea of an open life, an open mind, the universe, you know, the threefold rule. I am still falling in love with Wicca. So the second question is, what do you feel about Christianity now? And honestly, I feel respect through not just Christianity, but for every religion or every point of view. They're people's personal points of views, they're people's personal life choices, lifestyles. You want to respect them as people, as individuals who have these ideas for themselves. And so I feel respect towards everyone. Respect and understanding. If you come to me and you're a Christian and you want to talk about Christianity and God, I don't mind sitting down with you and having a conversation. Just don't force anything. Just have a real conversation and we'll be fine. People who force their religion on other people are just, you guys understand that you guys are not getting a lot of, I guess, you guys are getting blocked off. And any person who goes and confronts other people with something that they don't want to hear, you're getting blocked off. So just, you already know, it's been around, it's been done for years now, and you just know when people are blocking you off. There's no point of putting yourselves through something like that. So just have a respectful conversation about, not even about religion. If you're a Christian and you want to talk about something other than religion, I'm down. It's fine. Just have that respect for each other. If you guys do find people who want to talk about religion, just respect. Don't get angry about anything. They have their point of views and they have the right to think like that. Just show respect towards each other, and hopefully you guys get some interesting good conversations out there. Number 3, how do you get started on Wicca? I said before, I live in Barnes & Noble. I got a lot of books. Once I found out Wicca and all the basics that I could, I went for it. I got my altar set up. I let people know what I was doing. I'm starting a new religion. Not a new religion. I'm starting my path into a new religion, a different religion for me. And I wanted support at the beginning. I wanted people to be understanding, but like everything else, it's not going to be, okay, happy-go-lucky type of feeling, because as a Christian, you're taught witchcraft is bad. And I still am a little hesitant. A few of my family members don't know, and a few of them find out through Facebook, and they're just like, wait a minute, you're doing tarot? And I'm just like, yeah. It's not something I want to hide. It's not something I'm hiding from my family or from my loved ones. It's something I feel like everybody comes to know in their own time. So I didn't make a big deal about it. I didn't send personal emails to everybody, hey, I'm Wiccan now. I feel like when it's time for them to know, they'll find out. And when that happens, hopefully they're mature enough to sit down and have a conversation with me about it if they want to. You get started by just doing it, getting out there. If you feel uncomfortable at any point in any of your studies, then you should stop. I feel that when you feel uncomfortable or when you feel doubts, that's telling you something. It's telling you that you're not ready for it at that time. Later on, when you read more about it, when you get more informed, maybe you might want to try it again. But if it's not comfortable for you, it's not your time right now. And that goes with spells and any incantations. Witchcraft and Wicca are not the same thing. Wicca is a religion, witchcraft is a practice. Other religions practice witchcraft, even Christianity. Even Catholics, they light a candle for the people who've passed on, or they do the Hail Marys. I think it's what it's called, where they count the sins on their beads or something like that. That's a form of witchcraft. It's just a practice for the definition of witchcraft is just a practice. It could be with herbs when you're making a tea. It can be when you're cooking something. That is witchcraft. You're just practicing an art. You know, the art of cooking, the art of uh, tea brewing, the art of paper folding. You know, it's just a practice. Um, so witchcraft, hopefully that might lower the whole evil thought of witchcraft. I don't know. But yeah, just take your time with it. If you feel comfortable, then go for it. If you don't, you know, maybe another time. Um, what do you think about use of drugs or shrooms to experience things? Personally, I don't feel like you need them. I do know that there is a tree in Africa called the elder tree or something like that. But it's used for pulling off THC on it. I believe it's THC. That feeling that you get when you're dreaming. It gives you that type of state, and it makes you feel great. It awakens or heightens your senses, and it lasts about 10, maybe 15 minutes, depending on how much you take. You could get naturally through bee pollen. Bee pollen is sold through many pharmacies, not pharmacies, pretty much any place that sells anything to do with medicine. Um, it's just bee pollen. It's like a vitamin, pretty much. But you know, it's whatever you feel comfortable with. I'm not going to judge you guys if you guys do use anything to have experiences, but my recommendation is that you do it in a safe place. You do it legally. You do it around people who are going to take care of you if anything happens. I don't know too much into stuff like that, but I do know some things can be dangerous. I know there was on the news in my local town that a kid, I think they smoked something, some wild plant that grows around here that's kind of poisonous if you don't make it right. I don't know if it's through smoking or through injection. I'm not really sure, but it's a flower that's found in the desert, and a kid died from smoking it. I think it was smoking. And it's just, you have to be safe. Learn about anything that you're wanting to try or experiment with or follow in religion. You have to learn about it all. Like, I posted a video here on Ouija boards. You know, you want to learn more. You want to know more information about something before you go out and do something. So yeah, don't trust strange people. If they are your friends, hopefully they'll look out for you and know better for you. But yeah, and drugs and stuff, just be safe about it. So that was my last question for today. I do thank you guys for following me on Facebook and on YouTube and Twitter. If you guys have any more questions for me, feel free to comment on the section below or post it on Facebook. Or on Twitter, because I'm getting good at Twitter. Other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, a blessed day, and I'll hope to see you guys on the next video. Thank you.